Hello students, today we'll start a new chapter, chapter 5b, formation of image by a lens. Notice the picture on the screen. In this picture you will find that a magnifying glass has been held directly in front of sunlight and above a piece of paper. Now you will notice that a very bright and sharp spot of light that has been formed on the paper. You will also notice that exactly at that point the paper is burning. Now what do you think is happening? The sunlight is falling on the magnifying glass, and on the other end a very bright sharp spot of light, that is the image, is being formed. Now why do you think the paper is being burnt? Due to this sharp spot of light? This question is going to be answered in the successive slide. The position, size and nature of the image of an object formed by lens can be determined by drawing the ray diagrams. For this, we need to consider at least two rays starting from a point on the object. The rays chosen for those for which the path after refraction from the lens is known to us. Generally, we use following three principles of rays for the construction of ray diagram. And these three rays we consider for both the lenses, convex or concave. Now the first ray, that is a ray of light incident at the optical center O of the lens, passes undeviated through the lens. The ray of light which is passing undeviated from the optical center, see this ray. Similarly, it happens to convex also. Now, this ray passes undeviated, which passes from the optical center, passes undeviated through the lens as shown in the figure for both concave and convex lens. Now, next is a ray of light incident parallel to the principal axis. For convex lens, suppose this is the ray of light which is coming and parallel to the principal axis. For convex lens, after refraction passes through this second focus. Or in case of concave lens, it appears to come from the second focus. A ray which is parallel to, this is our principal axis, a ray which is parallel to principal axis appears to come from the second focus in case of concave lens. Now the third condition, a ray of light passing through the first focus. A ray of light passing through the first focus. So this is the ray, this is the first focus, this is our principal axis. A ray of light, this is the ray of light which is passing from this first focus. After refraction, directed towards the first focus, emerges parallel to the principal axis. So it emerges parallel to the this is our principal axis, emerges parallel to the principal axis. And the same condition happened to concave lens also. It's a ray of light which is coming and parallel to the, after refraction, is parallel to the principal axis. Now the next topic. Now next is real and virtual images. From a point of object, although an infinite number of rays travel in all possible directions, but we choose only two convenient rays out of the above mentioned three rays from that point on the object. Just now we discussed about three rays. Among that we take two rays from the object, and the point where these rays meet or appears to meet after refraction from the lens is the image of that point on the object. Suppose this is our object. We have considered any two rays among the three which we discussed just now, and where this point meet, that is the point for the image formation. Okay, similarly it happens for concave and convex rays. Two rays we have taken from the object, where they meet or appears to meet, that is the place for the image formation. Now, image is of two kinds, real image and virtual image. Now, in real image, if a ray from a point of object after refraction passes through the lens actually meet at a point, see in this case, first diagram, that is the diagram for convex rays. Suppose this is our object. We have taken two rays, one ray which is parallel to the principal axis and one ray which is passing from optical center. Since this ray is passing from optical center, so it will pass undeviated. Since this ray is parallel to principal axis, so it will pass from the second focus and hence it actually the reflected ray is meeting at this point. Hence, this type of image formation is called real image, where the reflected ray actually meet at a point. In this, real image can be obtained on the screen. It is inverted with respect to the object. This was our object and hence it is inverted with respect to the image, with respect to the object. Now, next case, virtual image. Now, virtual image. If a ray from a point of object after refraction through the lens do not actually meet at a point, but they appears to diverge from a point, the image is virtual. So here we have, this is our object. We have taken two rays, one which is parallel to the principal axis, one which is coming from the optical center. So from here it diverges, and when we extend it to the other side, it appears to meet. A screen placed at this point will show any image on it. That is, a virtual image cannot be obtained on the screen. It diverges the rays after refraction. The virtual image is erect. Here we are getting the image, and the image is erect. Erect. That means upright. The head of the image will be here, just the head upright. In case of inverted, the head of the image will be down. The arrow of the image will point it downwards. This was our object. This was our object, and this is our image. The head of the image is pointed downward direction. Such type of images are called inverted image. Now, the difference between real and virtual images, as you can see the diagram on the screen, with this it will be more clear. A real image is formed due to actual intersection of the rays refracted by the lens. A virtual image is formed when the rays refracted by the lens appear to meet if they are produced backward. So here it is, this is the virtual image. The rays are produced at the backward. The real image can be obtained on the screen. A virtual image cannot be obtained on the screen. A real image is inverted with respect to the object. A virtual image is erect with respect to the object. Now, the characteristics of and location of image for a convex lens. In the first, when the object is at infinity. Whenever the object is placed at infinity, we will now discuss the characteristics of convex lens, and it has 6 characters. So, very first is when the object is at infinity. That means u is equal to infinity. U is the object distance. So, when our object is at infinity, the ray coming from the object at infinity are parallel to each other and they are incident. So, we have taken a ray which is coming from optical center. So, it will pass undeviated. Again, the next ray which is there, that is coming from focus, that will be parallel to the principal axis. You can take any 2 ray among the 3 which was discussed at the starting of the topic. Among the 3 rays, you can take any 2 rays according to your convenience. In the book, they have taken two parallel rays which are parallel to the principal axis. Here we have taken two parallel rays, one which is coming from optical center, the other which is coming from focus. So they meet at a point that is F. Hence, this image is real, inverted and diminished. The nature of the image, position of the image, position of the object, they ask questions. So we will write the position of the object is at infinity, the position of the image is at f2, the nature of the image is real and inverted, and size is highly diminished. Now the next condition. When the object is kept beyond 2f or far distance, also they can write beyond 2f, when the object is kept beyond 2f. So for this we have taken two rays. Again, for every formation of image we will consider two rays. Here we have taken two rays, one ray which is parallel to the principal. This is our principal axis, and we have taken this ray which is parallel to the principal axis, so it will pass through the focus. Now the next ray which we have taken, that is a ray which is coming from optical center, so it will pass undeviated. The ray which is coming from optical center will pass undeviated, and this ray which is parallel to the principal axis. So they meet, these two rays meet at a point between the two focus. Hence, the nature of the image will be real and inverted. Position of the image will be between f2 and 2f2. Size is diminished. Now the next. Now the third point. When the object is at 2f. Now when the object is at 2f, here is our object which is at 2f. So again we will take two rays from the object, one which is parallel to the principal axis and other which is passing from optical center, and it will pass undeviated. This is the nature of the ray. And one which is parallel to the principal axis will pass through focus. Hence, these two rays meet at this point. So when the object is kept at 2f1, the image will be formed as at 2f2. So the nature is real and inverted, same size. Number 4. Now number 4, when the object is between f1 and 2f2. So for such cases, again we will consider two rays from the object. Here is our object between f1 and 2f1. So we have taken two rays, one which is parallel to the principal axis and again other which is passing from optical center. So it will pass undeviated. The ray which is parallel to principal axis will pass through the focus. So these rays are meeting. These two rays meet at a point after 2f2. Hence, from here only you can write the position and nature of the image. The position of the image is beyond 2f2. Nature is real and inverted. And from this place, the size of the image increases, and hence we can write magnified. Now the last case of the convex lens, that is when the object is between the lens and the focus. When the object is between the lens and the focus, in such cases the image formed is virtual, erect and magnified, and it forms on the same side where the object is placed. It is highly magnified. Here for this we will consider two rays again. The ray which is passing from focus optical center will pass undeviated, the first ray. Then the second ray we have taken, that is a ray which is coming from focus. So extend it on the other side. and it will meet at a point. This is our image. So image is magnified in this case. It is virtual, it is erect. From above, we notice that both the real as well as the virtual images can be formed by a convex lens depending upon the position of the object relative to the lens. The size of the image, magnified, diminished, or same, also depend upon the position of the object. Suppose, for the first case, when the object is very far from the convex lens, a real, inverted, and diminished image is formed at the focus. Second, as the object towards the lens up to 2f, the image on the other side of the lens move away from the focus of the lens up to 2f. However, the image formed will remain real, inverted, and diminished, but its size will gradually increase. As object comes at the position of 2f, the image is real, inverted, and same size. It is obtained that the position 2f on the either side of the lens. On further moving the object from 2f towards its focus f, the image will remain real and inverted, but it becomes magnified and is formed away from 2f on the other side of the lens. On further moving the object from f towards the lens, if the object is brought between the focus and the lens, the image becomes magnified, erect, and virtual on the side of the object. It is formed behind the object. So thus, the above observation will be same if the lens is moved towards the object instead of moving the object towards the lens. Thank you, students.